I'm starting off by saying that I bought this for my TBR video and I forgot to take it out the fridge. So here you go, I wasn't wasting it. You're seeing it now. This is the only time you get to see it because I forgot it. I really wanted it for my TBR video. Anyway, enjoy. Hi everyone, welcome back to How to Train Your Gavin. Today I have my February TBR that I was hoping would be a lot more chill than January. Now if you watched the January TBR video, you will know that I included a lot of books on that TBR, and for good reason. Fortunately, I have managed to complete the main chunk of my January TBR. As I'm filming this, I do still have 3 books left to finish, but I am nearly done with one of them, and the other 2 are gonna be a breeze. Oh wait, no, hang on, I've got another one. But it's fine, because that one is for a specific live show that we're reading right there and then, so I don't even need to worry about it. February is going to be a big month. There are several things going on in February. Not only is it the month of love, it is also Black History Month, so we have Blackathon coming up, hosted by Jessie from Bow Ties and Books, and we also have Polarthon, which is by Jade from JD Reads, and also at the end of the month, me and my Nevermoorians and Frosthearters patrons are going to be doing Camp Believathon, which is a week-long readathon, which is going to be kind of resurrecting Believathon just for my Nevermoorians and Frosthearters patrons. We are doing this as like a little exclusive kind of thing, so if you want to join my Patreon, you absolutely can do. I've got the link in the description, no obligations. But yes, that is one of the things that we will be doing in March, so we're doing that in the last week of February. So there's a lot going on. There is a lot going on in February, and I already have a nice stack of books ready to talk about. Also for February, I brought back my Play TBR Right Live with my patrons. We do that every month, the TBR game that I got rid of at the end of 2021. But it's a lot more chill, it's a lot more fun. They get to turn the cards for me and guess higher and lower and swap. So it's really fun, and I had a blast doing it the other night. We did win, and yeah, so I do have a pretty good stack, I feel. I've got a good stack. It's all good. Also, February's the shortest month as well. Like, why can't we just add on more days to this month? It's so rude. Anyway, let's get to the TBR. So firstly, I do want to talk about the February Middle Grade Monthly Book Club pick, which is The Ice Whisperers by Helenka Stakira. So this one follows Bella, who goes to stay with her uncle in Siberia. However, she finds this portal to the past. It's a land frozen in time, and there she ends up meeting somebody who is her long-lost sister, or so it is said. I have no idea what is going on, no idea how that's going to happen, but me and Jade and Pris are so excited to be reading this one in February. Perfect for Polarthon too. Very frosty, very icy, and yeah, we've been so excited to read this. So yeah, do join us. I do have a link to the Twitter in the description box if you want to keep up to date with Middle Grade Monthly and see our future picks too. Now for my Patreon book club, we have 2 every single month. We have a middle grade one and a young adult and adult one. We have the middle grade pick that we chose for it, The House at the Edge of Magic by Amy Sparks. I have been meaning to get to this for a long time. The sequel has just come out, but this one follows an orphan who pickpockets a little ornament from somebody's pocket. Well, of course, because the pickpocket... Actually, no, is it from their purse? But yeah, from someone's purse. Okay, so I was about to scold myself for being silly, but never mind. So yes, this ornament ends up becoming a life-size house, and everyone inside it has been cursed. So the main character has to kind of break that curse. I don't know if that is the main plot or anything, but I do know the sequel has just come out too, so who knows what happens. I'm excited to read it with my patrons anyway, so yeah, that's that one for the middle grade one. And then for the YA and adult one, we are reading Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Sue Lin Tan. I do have the final copy coming. I pre-ordered it, but it took a little while to get here. But I do also have the proof copy. I was just so excited to read this. I was like, I'm going to pre-order the final version of it. I don't care. And we wanted to read this in February for our young adult and adult book club. So yeah, this is an adult fantasy. This one follows Xingyin, whose mother has been banished by the Emperor to live elsewhere. And Xingyin has been kept secret all this time. So one day, Xingyin's magic flares and her presence becomes known, which puts her life in mortal danger, as well as her mother's. Xingyin ends up having to go to the Celestial Kingdom in order to save her mother, but also to save herself. It sounds so magical, so fantastic. I've been anticipating this for the longest time, and now finally I get the chance to read it. I'm just buzzing that this won for my Patreon Young Adult and Adult Book Club. Buzzing, absolutely buzzing. They know how to pick good books, okay? They know. Okay, so I do have a couple of readathons again that I want to partake in. I'm sure there are more, like way more happening as well, but I do try and limit how many readathons I do. But anyway, in the month of February, I am co-hosting Polarthon with Jade and Pris. And also there is Blackathon, which I've mentioned, hosted by Jessie from Bow Ties and Books. Also, people give me grief for the way I say books. Is there not 2 O's in books? Books, books, books. Bow Ties and Books. I'm moving on. Polarthon, co-host in Polarthon. So I am heading the Explorers team in Polarthon. So I will leave a link down in the description box for all the info for Polarthon and how you can sign up for it and sign up for my team. And my chiefs, my ladies in waiting, my deputies are Becca from Becca and the Books and Ashley from A Frolic Through Fiction. I believe there's going to just be some like random reading sprints. We're just going to be heading the team together. And if you want to join us, please do so. And yeah, all of the information will be in the description box for that. So Jade did make an incredible graphic for this readathon, and this is where I started playing Play TBR right live with my patrons and picking what I should be reading for Polarthon. So I had a bunch of polar fantasy books that would fit the prompts. It was either that or I would have to read all 22 books in the Ice Planet Barbarian series in 1 week. So that was what we were kind of playing for. If we lost, I'd be reading Ice Planet Barbarians, but if I won, I got to read the books that I needed to read for Polarthon that would fit each prompt on the path. So I can confirm that we won, so I don't have to read Ice Planet Barbarians. I mean, I do want to do that at some point, but I've just come off the back of doing all of Animorphs and I am pooped. I don't think I've got it in me to tackle another big series in one go. Well, at least until March. I do have something planned for March, which I'm excited for. Don't get me wrong, I'm excited for. But Ice Planet Barbarians, I just wasn't ready for it. So anyway, yeah, so we won, so I do have my 5 chosen books for Polarthon. So on the Explorer's Path, I have my first prompt be an adventure. So I'm going to be reading The Secret of Nightingale Wood by Lucy Strange. So this one is set in 1919. We follow Henrietta, who moves into a new home. Yeah, it's Hope House, and there is a forgotten attic, ghostly figures, mysterious firelight that flickers in the trees beyond the garden. And one night she ventures into the darkness of Nightingale Wood. Oh, it just looks so good. So yeah, I'm so excited for this. I've heard great things. I do love Lucy Strange's books. I haven't read this one yet, which is Strange. Get it, Lucy Strange. So I do have a middle grade for the next prompt as well, but I do have 3 more books after that that are middle grade for Polarthon, so it's not just strictly middle grade for Polarthon. But the next prompt is Cold Word. So I have My Life is an Ice Cream Sandwich by Ibby Zaboy, and Ice I'm using as the Cold Word prompt. Again, excited for this because I think it's sci-fi, and middle grade sci-fi just hits different, you know what I mean? And I haven't read enough of it, so I'm excited to read this. The summary of this is so vague, but it's set in 1984 and we follow Ebony Grace. She is science fiction obsessed. She goes to live with her father while her mother is taking care of her grandfather, I believe. But all this says is that the big city has a few surprises and friends in store for Ebony Grace, and by summer's end she discovers that Harlem has a place for a girl whose eyes are always on the stars. Gosh, it just sounds brilliant, absolutely brilliant, so I'm excited for this one. Next is for cover, and so I'm going to read Echo North by Joanna Ruth Meyer. And again, I've forgotten the original story. Okay, East of the Sun, West of the Moon. If I'm wrong, that's what Google's telling me, okay? This one follows Echo, who finds her father half frozen in the forest, and then a talking wolf comes along and offers her a bargain. Echo has to live for a year in this strange talking wolf's house. So that does sound like North Child by Edith Patu that I read a few years back. That's all I know about this one, but it does have the file cover that I need for this prompt. I also believe Jade read this recently and really enjoyed it as well, so win-win. Another one that Jade read recently actually and really enjoyed is The Raven and the Reindeer by T. Kingfisher. This will fill the Icy Magic prompt, which is fabulous. I've been meaning to read this for a while. I think I had it on my TBR about a year ago and I just didn't get around to reading it. So this is the time. Thank you so much, Ashley from A Frolic Through Fiction, for sending me this book ages ago as well. Gosh, it was ages ago. But yes, this is a Snow Queen retelling. Snow Queen. It says a strange, sly retelling of Hans Christian Andersen's Snow Queen. Sly. Sly retelling. I love that. What makes it sly? I don't know. And then finally, for the last prompt is Polar Fantasy. I might change this one out for the middle grade monthly book if I don't get a chance to read this one, but I am hoping for this prompt to get to The Bright and the Pale by Jessica Rubinkowski. Oh, it's a gorgeous book, isn't it? It's absolutely gorgeous. And I think it will be perfect for Polarthon. No idea what it's about, as per usual. This one follows Valeria, whose village has been put into this freeze, and she's like the survivor of it. She manages to escape. I believe Valeria ends up going on a adventure to a mountain to free people, to stop this freeze, and just be a kick-ass heroine, I hope. I genuinely hope. It is inspired by Russian folklore. It says that this has some romance in it as well, which is perfect for February. Oh yes, I'm really excited to get to it. I'm sure there'll be loads of reading sprints that week that will really help me get through my Polarthon TBR. So yep, excited for that. So don't forget to join my team, the Explorers. Down in the description box, I'll have a link to it and more of the details that you need. So yes, I'm excited for Polarthon. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be the best one yet. As I mentioned as well, we do also have Blackathon happening this month, which is hosted by Jessie from Bow Ties and Books, which I partook in last year, and it was so much fun. So this year, I am going to go all out in because there's like different teams and stuff. I'm going to go all out in a team that is probably the one that you'll probably least expect me to go on, but that is the literary fiction, like non-fiction team, which is run by Shane from Luxurious Blue. I don't know what I'm thinking, because literary fiction, non-fiction, not really my forte, but I do have some really exciting books I want to read for this one. So let's start off with the non-fiction one that I want to read. I have Wait Are Not Broken by George M. Johnson. This is a memoir written by the same author as All Boys on Blue. So excited to read it because I absolutely loved All Boys on Blue. Jessie recommended this, and also to listen to the audiobook of this as well, because George M. Johnson narrates it themselves. So this one also has pictures. Like, I'm so glad I got this physically as well, because it also has photographs. I believe this is a celebration of George's nanny who Rose raised. It's George, Garrett, Ral, and Rasul. Yeah, I'm so excited to read this one. Jessie recommended it, so it's going to be amazing. Yeah, my first non-fiction of 2022, hopefully the first of many. So within the same team, we can also read literary fiction. So I really want to read Black Cake by Charmaine Wilkerson. This one is one that I got from Book of the Month. So this one follows Byron and Benny, and their mother recently dies and leaves them in their will this weird inheritance. So she leaves them a cake and a voice recording. This voice recording holds many, many secrets, and some of it has to do with their family. So they have to kind of piece together what's happening, because I also believe that the revelations told within this voice recording could either make or break this family. So a lot is riding on these characters. The premise alone sounds fantastic. So yeah, again, excited to read it. And the group book for the team is Black Girls Must Die Exhausted by Jane Allen. This one comes out in the UK in paperback on February 17th. So I'm going to grab myself a copy of that. I believe it came out in hardback last year, but it's a little bit harder to get hold of now. So I'm just going to get the paperback. It comes out at the perfect time. So this one follows 33-year-old Tabitha, and things seem to be perfect for Tabitha. She has a great job. She's just put down a payment for a house. Like, things are looking so good. But then she ends up getting a diagnosis that could jeopardize the future of her having children. So she ends up having to make a really difficult decision whether family is the way forward, or she can focus still on her career and home. So Tabitha has this huge decision on her hands. Should she focus on her career, everything she's worked for, or the possibility of a future family? It's just all so much for her. She ends up consulting her best friends and her grandmother. This one has the potential to be heartbreaking, but also it sounds absolutely fantastic. I've heard so many great things about it. So I'm glad that this is the group book for this team. So yeah, I will also leave all of the links and things that you need for Blackathon in the description box too, especially if you want to join teams like the team I'm joining. Brilliant. I do have a link to Jessie's announcement video, so also check that out if you want to see more about Blackathon. So next, I do have two big vlogs that I really want to do in February, especially for Valentine's, even though I hate Valentine's. But I've been on a mission to find a 5-star romance. I am determined to find it this month. I'm so excited. So firstly, I'm going to be doing a Mamma Mia Here I Go Again vlog, where I do some more musical numbers that might get me a copyright strike, but also, most importantly, read 2 romances for it. So me and my patrons again picked this. It was either this or the entire Throne of Glass series. Generate. 444. What is 444? 444. Throne of Glass. Oh my lord. And I was not having that. I was not having that. So fortunately, we still won the round. And yeah, I will be reading The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood and Beach Read by Emily Henry. This one, I believe, follows 2 writers who have until the end of summer to write an incredible book. And they end up meeting. They seem to be opposites. We have January, who narrates her life like she's the lead in a blockbuster movie. And also Gus, who's a serious literary type who thinks true love is a fairy tale. But they're both broke and they need this book. I'm excited. I actually think it's going to be great. And then also The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. I kind of messed up the summary of this one in my last video, so all I'm going to say is that this one is about a fake relationship between scientists who meet the irresistible force of attraction, throwing one woman's carefully calculated theories on love into chaos. I can't get it wrong, I've read it from the back. So I'll be able to explain it better once I've read it. But yeah, I think this is also going to be really good. I've also heard great things about that one too. So yeah, these 2 I want to read for my Mamma Mia vlog. There will be musical numbers and also some personal sex stories. I mean, love life stories. Another big romance vlog that I want to do is a really smutty romance one, because God damn it, I'm horny. So I only own 3 of them at the minute. For Play Your TBR Right Live, it was some of the ones that I'd already owned. This is one of my patrons, Jess, who I will link their Etsy shop down in the description box. They're amazing. Jess would end up picking my TBR for this vlog if we lost. And we lost. So I have a couple of them here, or 3 I should say, because a couple's 2. I have a throuple of these books here, and a couple more that'll be on Kindle Unlimited. There's a couple of manga, you know what, I'm going to do the manga after this one. But first, Learn My Lesson by Katie Robert. This is a Wicked Villains book, I believe 2nd in the series, but you can read them out of order, I think. Yeah, this is Hades and Megara, Hercules kind of smut. All I know about it, that's all I know about it. She's queen to Hades as king. I'm not reading this for plot, so I don't really want to regurgitate a plot to you. I'm literally just reading this for sex. I mean, I'm sure there is a plot, I'm sure it's amazing, but I'm focusing on the sex for this video. Like, it's gonna be a sexy video. And then I have 2 mangas that I really want to read. One of them is Dick Fight Island by Reuben Ike. And this one, I can't even show you. I flicked through. There is so much. I believe it's essentially a tournament to choose the next king of the islands. These guys have fights with their dicks to determine the king. It sounds perfect. I cannot wait to read this one. Can you even see the cover of that one? Dick Fight Island. Yeah, that's this. And then we also have Wild Wild Wildlife by Hyogo Kojima. And this one I've also had to flick through, and oh my gosh, there's literally so much. I can't even flick through it without seeing a penis, which is amazing. I'm so excited. What's this one even about? It's apparently mating season in the woods. There is a goat man, a lynx man, a beast man, android. There's loads of apparently sex in the woods, essentially. Sex in the Woods. You'll find love in all forms as Kojima unleashes their universe in this anthology. Oh, it's an anthology! So there's like loads of different sex stories. No bloody wonder. No wonder, oh my god. But it looks incredible, okay? It looks amazing. Cannot wait to read it. And then the other ones Jess picked, literally, I put my life in Jess's hands for this. The first one that Jess picked was Games We Play by Dana Cecilie. This one is more of a novella. I think it's 90 pages, which is fine, which is why I said, Jess, pick more. Oh my god. Oh god, it just sounds so good because like gamers. We have Jack, who is a faceless gamer known as the Joker, makes a living playing video games and using his gravelly voice to bring people's sexual fantasies to life. Does this person actually exist? And it's weird because I had sex with a Jack like 2 days ago. When the top gaming site on the West Coast sends someone out to interview him, Quinlan walks in with her auburn curls and thick curves, and they're instantly drawn to each other. Quinlan has no idea of the monster that lurks beneath the surface of his calm demeanour. Jack is quicksand, pulling her down into the dark underbelly of his desires. Oh, to get her unscathed, she'll need to give into the hunger she always tried to deny. Don't deny it. Okay, I'm excited for that one. That's one of them on Kindle Unlimited. Okay, the next one. You remember how I was going to read that spider porn book? I'm still reading it for a live show with Mel and Liv. This one also sounds like it would be fitting for that because the next book that Jess chose was I Married a Lizard Man by Regina Abel. This is like part of the Prime Mating Agency. So yeah, we follow Susan, who ends up going through the Prime Mating Agency and gets paired with a grumpy massive lizard man. That's all I want to know. To be honest, that's all I need to know. That's it. That's all I picked for now because this TBR is so big. But Jess did send me more options. So if I do get through those quite quickly, which, you know, 2 of them is manga, 1 of them is 90 pages. The other 2 do, you know, add up. But if I have time, I will probably throw in another one just to make things a bit more steamy because Jess did send some really great recommendations. So yes, that is my TBR for that. Finally, ending off, I did mention Camp Believathon earlier on, and that is a readathon that I'm doing for the last week of February with my Frosthearters and Nevermoorians patrons. So I will most likely be doing a TBR dedicated to that later in the month, and I will be getting my patrons to help me pick what I read for that. I do have some options that I'd love to read, some middle grade books that I would love to read. It's weird talking about middle grade after what I've just talked about, quite honestly, but you know what, range. So yes, I will be keeping you informed on all of that, and I'm excited to see what my patrons end up picking for me for Camp Believathon. So anyway, yes, that was my TBR, and please let me know in the comments what your TBR for February is going to be. Are you taking part in any readathons in the month? Let me know. There might have been a few that I've missed, most likely have, but it's all good, it's fine. Honestly, it's going to be a bit of a weird month. So yes, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please leave this video a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will hopefully see you in the next video. Bye.